What up, fellers? So it is starting to get kind of warm here in Michigan, or at least starting to warm up a little bit. Next week we're supposed to see like 60 some degrees, which is starting to get to car time. So I'm starting to kind of do some stuff to filthy to get things ready to roll. And I got a shipment in today that I didn't think was going to get here this quick, but this is the new Gen 2 housing for the Torqstorm. So this is the Gen 2 I guess it's the cold side housing that they've designed for the 75mm Torqstorm. Supposedly it's going to replace back here, and it's supposed to be bigger. It's supposed to give you a little more pounds of boost. And then I also opted into getting, they call this the Torque Stack. So I don't run a air filter on the truck, so I'm just going to throw the Torque Stack on it because it's supposed to also help the velocity of, air, the efficiency of air going through the blower. So I picked up that with it as well. And if you see in our last video, you'll see that we did the upgraded pulley on the Torqstorm. I had a 3.25 pulley on this setup, and I went with the Grip Tech 2.9 pulley for it. It's supposed to give me some more PSIs. Don't know how much yet. On the 3.25 I data logged 10 pounds of boost at like 68 or 7,000 RPM. So I'm pretty excited to see what that pulley change is going to do to it. Hopefully it'll wake it up a little more. We also did a few changes to the tune as well to kind of help it out, give it a little more power here and there. So with the new pulley, I'm hoping we're going to hit, 12, 13, even at the 15-pound range, which would be awesome. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna quite get there, but I'm hoping that with the Gen 2 stack, with Gen 2, housing and the Torque Stack is gonna help us get to that goal. So, but what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set you up in the tripod, and I'm gonna tear apart the old one, and I'm gonna also gonna change the oil on the Torqstorm. Just kind of do a little how-to video on that as well. So something that you want to do once a year anyways. So I'm just gonna, I've already had this thing for a year, so I'll change the oil on it. I'll take the whole housing completely out so you can see the whole how it gets put on. It's fairly easy, but I'll just do a little how-to video, and we'll get this thing all set up. All right, now I got you guys set up on the tripod. I'm gonna start tearing this apart. There's really not much to it here to get this housing out. I'm just gonna undo this clamp, or to get the actual whole Torqstorm out so I can change the oil. While I have it out, then I'll change the compressor side, and it just makes it a little bit easier. Now you can still put the compressor on with it in the vehicle, but just because I gotta change the oil, I think you can also change the oil with the inside too, but it's just gonna make it a little bit easier and easier to show you guys. So I'm just gonna take that apart, take the belt off real quick, so I can get this out of the way. All right, now I got this 5/16 Allen key that I need to do to get all of these. I'm not gonna go all the way with that. I'm gonna get my coupling off. I need to get that off a little more. I'll tell you what, guys, this is probably, this probably has to be one of the easiest, like, maintenance, all around working on superchargers you could probably buy on the market out there, because this is just stupid easy. Even when it comes to changing this housing out, there's really not, it's just a V-band. You take the V-band off and take that cold side off, and you pretty much got it off, and you put the new one on. Like, it is very, yeah, I like how they made this everything's very accessible and very easy to maintain. You really can't do it wrong. Boom, just like that. That's down there, and boom, it is off. So I'll just, you know, actually while it's off, I'll probably clean it all up a little bit. But yeah, this is that's it. It's very, very simple to get this thing apart and out, and then I'll show you guys. I'll put it on my tailgate, and I'll show you how I'm going to change oil on it. It's very, very simple, and then we'll throw it back on and throw all the new goodies on her and see what she does. All right, now that I got it on the tailgate here, I'm going to take the compressor off first. You just need 11 millimeter to bust off this V-band clamp. Take this V-band clamp off. A little stuck in there. A little flat blade to kind of get out. On the other side, it just kind of caught down there. There. Move. It's kind of hitting this a little bit. Just got to get it to come through. Help it out a little bit. Now that's off. It might get a little stuck on you here, but you just gotta kind of help it out. Help it come apart. Just be gentle with it, don't go crazy. I'm not gonna pry on it with a screwdriver or anything, but I'm just gonna try to lift it off. Boom. So yeah, you need to kind of persuade it a little bit because it gets stuck on. It's been on there for a year for me, so it's just a little stuck. But you can see the difference on these just from first look. There's a size difference. You can see just even the opening of the cold side. They say you can use the same coupling that you have for the original housing. You can just see the thickness difference, so they made it bigger, but it's the same. You can see there. You can still use the same coupling, so you don't have to change it out at all. But you can just tell the design of it. It's way more airflow going through there than the original housing. So now that I got this off, I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Get some of this junk off of it. Some of the old grease and whatnot, just gonna get it all off. Up. Just gotta take the new one. Let's see here. Make sure I got it clocked right. Put it over and on. And what I'll probably do is just make sure your spin's good. Make sure you don't have any contact with that. You know what? I'm gonna take that back off. I'm gonna clean these blades up a little bit. Are a little gunked up too. Let's kind of wipe them off. It's nice when you take this off, you can kind of just inspect it. sure you don't see anything funky, you know, like, you know, chips in the blades or anything that's busted in the blades. You never know what. Like I don't run an air filter, so you never know what something may come up and hit it and chip off a blade. So it's nice to be able to kind of inspect it while it's off like that. Put this back on, and really it just kind of slides into place. You can't get it wrong, because once it's in, it's locked down. You can see I got no contact. It spins fine, so you really can't mess that part of it up. And then take my V-band clamp, put it back around here. I'm not gonna go crazy with this. Just make it snug. You don't gotta, you know, I've had a lot of these V-band clamps that get tight and they just spin and break off the end. Good. Which I might have to loosen it back up when I get back in the truck, because I might have to clock it a little more to the left or the right, just to get it back in there. But yeah, that's it, and that's all it takes to replace that, you know, the Gen 2 housing. Not much to it, just that V-band clamp pops right off. And then I think next what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the oil on it. So there's a plug right here, right at the end. Just undo that plug, drain your oil out, and you know, you can get these at from Torqstorm themselves. I bought a little 2-pack. I think it was 12 bucks. These little 6 fluid ounce oil. That's all it takes. So you drain that completely out, and then you just take this bottle and you dump all of it back in, put your plug back in, done. Really, really simple. Like I said, this is probably the thing I love about Torqstorm. It's very user friendly, very easy to service, very easy to look everything over. I mean, you saw, taking the whole unit off took me like 5 minutes, and then just doing that upgrade, you know, they say this gives you like 3 pounds of boost more by doing this upgrade. And it varies on your applications. People, you know, depending on your intercooler setups and whatnot, will vary if you're going to see more plus or minus from that. But I've heard of guys saying that they've seen 3 pounds more by using this the new housing. So I'm pretty excited to see what it's going to do, because I have not data logged with the new pulley, and I have not, obviously haven't done anything with the new housing. So with having both of those new upgrades on the new Torqstorm, I'm pretty excited to see the outcome of how many pounds of boost she's going to run now. So, but yeah, I think that'll do it for this video. Obviously, you know, watch me change the oil. It's pretty simple. Just drain it out, put the whole bottle in, put it back together, boom, done. And then obviously putting it back on the truck is just as simple as it was taking it off. So, but I think that'll do it. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.